There, superstars. Happy Sunday night. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all hanging in there. We are live tonight, and we've got the Facebook and YouTube community joining us as well. How's everyone feeling? It's been a interesting 3 or 4 days. I don't know that I've been super focused on health, to be 100% honest. It's been a lot, and I don't know how some of you are feeling. So what I wanted to do today is something a little bit different. Usually I get on here, hello California. I see everyone coming in here. Thank you guys for taking time out to join me. I'm so honored and blessed that we're all here together. But here's what I was thinking. I know that I myself haven't been fully focused on health. Have you guys, with the election going on, with so much uncertainty, so many people, I feel like we're literally on the edge of their seats waiting to get an answer, waiting to see what would happen, and almost like holding off on making any decisions until this election happened. Hello, Arizona. Hi there, Owie. How are you? I see so many of you saying hello to me. Arizona, you guys are going to have to, whoever's from Arizona, you're going to have to tell me what the mood and the climate is like there. I'm so curious. But anyhow, I know that that was sort of the general theme. And so I was thinking about tonight's live. I was like, I kind of want to get on here and talk about a bunch of health headlines again. It just feels off. It feels like that's not where our heads are right now. And I know certainly it's not where my head is. Really, I've been taking in everything over the last few days and sort of absorbing everything and trying to listen and be observant and be mindful, but also hopeful for our country and for the future. And I know that, it was amazing to watch the election results because it was such a great turnout, right? I mean, 74 million, 71 million on each side. So huge turnouts, which I was joking to a patient. I said, we're divided, but man, we still care. And the best part of any relationship is when you keep showing up. So the good news is we're still showing up. We're still participating in this democracy. We believe in democracy. So many of us still believe in it, right? And I can talk about, our story and our American dream and all that other good stuff. So that in itself is, to me, is a symbol of hope and a symbol of encouragement that we care. We as a nation really care. We care about what happens to this country, which also means we care about each other and we care about the outcomes of what decisions will be made today, in the past, and the future. And so all of that is helpful news. And all of that is something to hang on to. And while it's such a divided decision, right? And it didn't turn out the way so many of you may have wanted it to turn out in a certain direction. I think we again have to look at the hopeful parts of it and the positive parts of what has happened. Kamala Harris is the first woman of color to hold a major office in the White House. Women, where are we? We should be united on this one. This is incredible. This is incredible news for all women. And it's incredible news for people like me who grew up as children of immigrants and always kind of felt like we were on the outside, on the periphery looking in, rather than being in it and a part of it. And so today or yesterday or whenever it was decided, just the fact that that's possible opened up a world for my daughter and for our family and for so many other little girls who don't think they're on the inside of what they want to be. So we've changed that dialogue, and that's amazing and it's encouraging. And I think it's something to celebrate no matter what side of the line you're on. And it's something that I'm so proud of our country for coming together and being able to recognize and choose. I also think in this particular election, no matter what you think, and I'll full disclosure here, I am not typically a Democrat, and that's just being honest. I usually am very in the middle. I'll lean one way or the other way. And if you listen to the news analysis, quite honestly, that's where most of Americans are. We're kind of right there in the middle. And we may lean to the right on a couple of things, and we might lean to the left on a couple of things, but most of us are right there in the middle. But what party politics does is it divides us and it makes us believe that we're more divided than we really are. So, what I want to tell you guys tonight, when I was thinking through this and I was thinking through, are we really even thinking about health right now? I don't think so. I can bring all the health headlines in later in the week. Or if you guys have questions, you can DM me and post them at any time. But I think what this really brings us down to is that we're not divided. Us being divided is an illusion. And people pick on that illusion to further tear us apart and gain their political ends. And we're not going to play into that. We're not going to be a part of it. We're not going to play into that. We instead are going to rise above all of it and show how we as Americans are a united country, capable of anything, able to dream the impossible and make it happen. And it's a place where when you put your head down and you do good work and you do hard work and you have character and integrity and moral values, then you are successful. So that's my call tonight. I didn't think medical news is really appropriate. I really didn't think debating every headline was really appropriate right now. I think you guys might even have COVID fatigue, if I could guess. I know that I have it to a certain extent. So I don't think that's the right place. But here's what I'm sensing and I'm feeling when I'm talking to so many of you and getting emails and getting messages, that many of you are just hurting. And you're hurting because you didn't get the outcome that you were hoping for, or you're celebrating because you did get the outcome you wanted. But that divide is still something that we've got to bridge and we've got to bring together. So wherever you are tonight, whatever you're talking about or thinking about or doing, or wherever you are, whether you're in California or Arizona or Australia, hello, Australia. It's so amazing to see people jump in here from all around the world. And I'm so curious what you guys think of our elections and everything that's happened this week. But wherever you are, I think at the end of the day, what the pandemic has taught us, I think what this election is trying to teach us, it is that it's our personal responsibility to bridge any gaps, to reach across the aisle, to reach across to our neighbor, to make those phone calls, to love one another, to really come together and to see past the illusion of our division, because it's really just an illusion. We're not that divided. Most of us are right there in the middle, and we want the same things. We want strong families. We want strong communities. We want morals and ethics. We want everyone to stand for something. We want our country to stand for something. And at the end of the day, it's not that different. And so don't let the illusion of division drive hatred in your heart. Instead, let's come together and let's move forward. And that's one place where I agree with everything that's been said. It is really a time for healing. And healing is just amazing too. This is the other thing that's incredible. So when we lead our families, we lead communities, we might lead a company, we influence so many people is really what I'm trying to say at any given moment and any given day. And when you influence people and you come with kindness and compassion and respect and care, you can almost feel it. And I almost felt yesterday and today the sense of people just being relieved to a certain extent because the tension was over and the pressure was over and the fighting was over. And who wants to live in that space? That's not a fun space to be in. So I think we all have to move forward and we have to celebrate the wins. First woman being in the White House, that's a massive win. We have to celebrate the fact that women will continue to advocate for women. The biggest issue, I talk about superwoman syndrome all the time, right? And a little bit of it is tongue in cheek, and we've joked about that before on here. And that is really coming from the fact that we do everything, really everything, but we don't have those mechanisms built in place to help us slow down so that we can take care of our own health. And some of that is simply because the women's rights movement happened, but nothing else changed. The laws didn't change. The structure of our society didn't change. So women were really left to do it all, to do everything, but still had to do all the other stuff they were already doing. So that's why women today are one of the most stressed generation of women in history. That's why they get sick. That's why I see what I see in the exam room. Those are the stories I hear from all of you guys on any given day. But that's the reason for it. And the reason why having a woman or any woman in leadership is so critical, because we have to have a voice for changing that dynamic. So women can do the work that so many talented women are capable and able to do, but still have some infrastructure for them to be able to do it. So all of that is a hopeful sign for tomorrow. And I'm hoping that we can all move forward and come together and not fall prey to the illusion of division, because we're not really all that divided. And it is a time for healing. All right, I got a couple of comments and questions. Let me take a look at that. I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking. Some of you are super excited that Joe Biden is the next president. I think that we all are excited about the future and the possibility of hope rather than fear. And I think we need to hang on to that and move forward. We've got folks coming in from Australia, from where else? Let's see, Arizona. Hey, Arizona, what's going on there? What do you guys think, and how's everything going there? And what's the mood? The election almost came down to your state. It almost came down to my state right here in Georgia. Thankfully, it circumvented that, so we didn't get stuck in a recount for days and days on end. But let's see what else we've got. No other big questions, but everyone's feeling okay. Is everybody doing okay? I hope you guys are. So here's what I challenge you guys to do going into the week ahead. And I'll come back on maybe in a day or two and talk about headlines. But right now, I think I'm going to challenge us each to reach out to somebody whose views may not exactly match our own and just call them up and say, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is everything okay? And I think those words will mean the world to people in a time when we're all trying to heal. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and we'll do headlines a different day. I still want to send you off on the week ahead with lots of hope and positivity and prayers that it all goes well. And let's all have one mission in mind. Let's have a mission for peace, for unity, and we're always stronger together. All right, stay healthy, stay well, stay super powered. I'll be back on later this week and we'll talk about any new breaking news or headlines or take your questions if you have health questions. But I know for a fact nobody was thinking about health this week. I know it from the questions I was getting, and I know it from the practice. Everybody more was just holding their breath, waiting for this to end. So have a great week. We'll talk soon, and I will be back here. Stay healthy, stay well, stay super powered, and I will see you guys soon.